Drew, for those of us who might want
yeah,
to run a marathon at some point in our lives or walk one, I know you have some tips from a coach outside.
Or how about just talking to a Portland Marathon winner? We have her with us here this morning. Nikki Raffi, you are many things. You did win the Portland Marathon one year. You also qualified not once but twice for the U.S. Olympic trials. You're also a running coach. You have coached the great Brenda Braxton in the past, as a matter of fact. That probably is your proudest accomplishment.
One of my favorites.
Let's talk about this business, though, of people preparing for a run like this. For starters, for those who are actually running it, maybe it's their first time running a marathon, what are your best tips for a first-time marathon runner?
The best tip for any marathoner, whether it's your first time or you even accomplished marathoner or elite runner, rule one. You go out too fast in the first half, you're going to pay for it in the second half. Things get ugly. So pace yourself, be confident about your training, have confidence in your ability, and just relax, enjoy it, and be prepared. If you need to dig deep in those last final 5, 6, 7 miles, it's going to happen, but you're ready for it. So,
another great runner who works here at the station, Laurel Porter, once told me the secret is to start slow and taper off.
that can happen as well.
How about this business of getting started right from the beginning? Not necessarily for someone who's going to run the marathon this weekend, but for someone who says, you know what, I'd like to make running a part of my life and I've never run before. The real beginners, what advice do you have for them?
I think the best thing is, again, start conservatively. When we get really excited and start and too gung-ho, too much, too soon, leads to injury, leads to burn off, it's no fun. So I would, again, recommend starting nice and easy. Find a running partner. There's a lot of great running groups and running clubs in town. You can join them, seek some advice from experienced runners, get a coach to just do some tips for you to get you started. I also like to recommend picking up a goal like an easy 5K, 5-kilometer run, 3.1 miles, nice and easy, get you something to train for and have fun with it.
I've only run 2 organized races in my life. One was an 8K, and I ran 1 leg of Hood to Coast. Not all 3, 1 leg. But what I noticed when I was out there, looking at these other people that seemed to know what they were doing, they had a lot of stuff that I didn't have. They're wearing like equipment on their wrists. They've got water bottles attached to somewhere on their body. They've got special pants or shorts. Like, what, as far as gear or equipment, what sort of a gear and equipment do you recommend people actually run with?
A runner's most important gear is your shoes. Make the right investment in the right shoes. As far as other gear, a fuel belt, like a running belt with a water bottle in it, something that you can take your fuel and nutrition with you is great, but it's really necessary if you're going to be out there in the heat more than, say, 35, 40 minutes, then you want to have something with you. But otherwise, it's kind of weighs you down.
That's what I was thinking, like, man, how are they running with all that stuff?
Yeah.
It's going to make it harder.
It does, but again, it's important to be safe and be prepared. So if you're going to be out there more than 45 minutes to an hour, then definitely it's worth getting a nice, easy to handle water bottle, whether handheld or on a belt. Helps you out.
The year you won the Portland Marathon, we'll end with this again. I believe the year was 1995.
Yes.
Do you remember your time that year when you won the whole darn thing?
Yes, I do. It's my actual, to date stands my personal record. It's 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Okay, so what we're going to do here, we have about 50 or so minutes left in the show. We're going to say on your mark and set go, and you're going to start running, and we'll see by the end of the show how far you've gotten, okay? Here we go. On your marks.
I'm ready to go.
Get set. We'll check in with you later. On your marks, get set, go. And I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. Thank you for coming on.
She's in a dress and sandals.
Yeah, right? So it's adorable.
Oh, Drew, thank you.
Well,
I think we'll send you running for the next 50 minutes.
Right. Good news, though. There's no chance I'll ever run for 50 minutes to an hour, so I don't need to take the water bottle, right? Yeah.
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I walked the marathon many years ago. I think it was in 2000, and it did amaze me the amount of equipment people had out there, especially the walkers. I mean, they were bringing full meals because you're out there 6.5, 7 hours. Yeah.
Right.
But the best piece of advice somebody gave me was wear to the start line, because it's cooler, clothes that you don't mind getting rid of. Because along the way, you're going to want to drop a sweatshirt, leave some sweatpants, and there are people who come and pick them up after and probably take them to a consignment shop.
Well, good for them.